How you doing, Ralfy here, Ralfy Customs. Time for another ecliptic vlog. I've been in the fucking... I'm going to spin you around a bit. Hold on, bear with. I want to show you the roof, look. I've been in the office about the thermal fucking loss. And I have two options. One is put a false ceiling or something similar across one end. That end, the main work end. So I can keep that warm. Maybe put a drop down thing as well. So make a shed in a shed. Is an option. Failing that, I can move. There's another unit. There's another unit that's opposite in the same yard, like, obviously. But it consists of the main... Hold on, stay still. The main workshop and two big 40-foot containers on the outside, which means my actual workspace will be quite a bit smaller. It'll be about the size of the bit that I was just pointing at, this workshop end down here, look, with the machines in and everything. So, don't know, do I fix this up with the help of the landlord, or do I move to a unit that's fully insulated? I mean, the walls are fucking insulated and wood clad on the inside, and the roof's all spray foamed out, and you know, I could get that nice and warm in the winter, but it's a smaller workspace and it's not got a toilet. It ain't got a thunderbox. There's one on site like I can use, obviously, it's no problem, but I'm losing the thunderbox and I'm losing quite a bit of floor space. So, decisions. Answers in the comments below. Do you fucking stick with what you got, kid? Or do you shrink things down a bit? I was looking at downsizing just to keep a nice, cosy, warm fucking workshop. So, right, I got one of these to make for the gates at home. These go in the ground. These stick in the ground and stop the gates from opening. But there's one runs across the top in a slot. And the one that's fitted too thick, it's tight in the hole, a story of my life, and it ain't got enough of a bend in it. It's a bit Heath Robinson at our cottage. The landlord's slightly negligent, we'll say, when it comes to things like that. So I'm going to make one of them, but a bit longer this way, a bit more length on it, because never mind the quality, feel the width, my boy. Here we go then, round a bit, 16mm diameter, which is what that one is. Which is a bit skinnier than the one that's already fitted, so that'll do nicely. And we're just going to chop a bit off, heat it up and bend it to 90 degrees. Hey, that's all there is to it. Yeah, there you go. Bit of nothing to start the day. I'll get it out with a wire brush. I'm not going to paint it. It can patina as it lives outside, and this one can go back in the ground on the gate. It's fucking sorted. That's Mrs. Ralfy. Will be happy, although to be fair, I've taken over the gate opening duties of late because it's fucking not very nice out for her, bless. Hey, there we go. Hello, fucking twins. Only one's taller than the other. Julius, how did it get so big? So, let's go and drop them in the van and see about this unit again. Right, now we're back on with our Tony's mounts. So you may recall, we've got this set up and centered and everything lined up, ready to take this fly cutter. So what I'm going to do is cut out a crescent shape so that this sits tight under the backbone on the back of his frame there, look. And Bob's your auntie. So let's get you on a tripod and this machine running. Okay folks, so try and get you in a reasonable position that's not going to be in my fucking way. We've touched off on that and we've set a stop, so we can only go down as far as needs be. And I've calculated that we need to go 10mm that way. We need to cut 10mm out. So we will move, traverse, let's try 20 thou. So 1/2 millimetre. And we'll just touch on. And we'll use the auto feed option. And that should be a very light starting pass at that. Is that out of the way? Yeah. So that's a bit of a test cut there, and that is good. So let's have it back up. Now let's move along. Let's try 40 thou. So a 1mm depth of cut, which is about there. Bring it down. See how that goes. Oh, that's absolutely fine. A bit of love juice. And I will carry on. I think as I get deeper into it, I might have to not take such a big cut because I'll be cutting more material. You know, as the surface that I'm cutting enlarges, I might have to reduce my depth of cut, but 1mm seems good. So we'll go another 1mm on this, which is 2.5mm, which means we're 1/4 of the way there already in 3 cuts. So that's not too shabby, is it? Down till it touches, auto feed on, wash, rinse, repeat. You can join me when I'm about there now. Yeah, now we're coming up on it now. I've increased it to 50 thou cut, depth of cut like, so we're now on nearly 7mm. We only want 10. So another couple of cuts, just about, and we'll be golden hopefully. So here we go on the last cut. This takes us down to the depth that I'd measured out, so it should sit lovely when we offer it back up to the tank and the frame. Like, it's cutting fucking wonderfully, there's nothing wrong with that at all. We're now cut 10mm into that piece of work, into the piece of work. What you need to be careful of is that you don't structurally compromise it, because the thing's getting thinner in the middle, isn't it? So if you're not careful, if you go too far doing it like this, it's going to collapse on you, and then it's going to jump out of the vise, and you're going to be in a fucking world of pain. Like, it's going to ruin your tooling and your day. You're going to have to start again. But we're comfortably under halfway, so there's no worries of the tree falling on the house, if you know what I mean. I think we'll be absolutely fan-dabby-dozy at that. So, here we go. Let's have you handheld. Here we go. Look, you can see it's cut through into where it's drilled and tapped for the mounting bolt, and it's shaped it nicely. Mind the mess in here. Wherever lady comes in, she's not been yet. We don't. And there you go. I'll have that out when I can find the key to the vise. Like, I'll have that out. Come on. And give it a quick de-oil and offer it up. And I'm really hoping that it fits first time out the gate, like, because like I said, I don't want to compromise the strength of it too much from a holding wire machining perspective, not fitted to the bike, it's welded up like. But more than anything, I'm going to struggle to fucking duplicate, get it set back up parallel, straight like. Going to be a bit on the one way or the other if I try and put it back in the vise now. So fingers crossed, let's have a look. Ah, well, without boring you too much with the same old footage, it wasn't enough. My preliminary calculation was slightly off, and so was the setting on the fly cutter. It weren't quite wide enough, like the touching on the sides and the gap in the middle. So we've adjusted, we've rejigged, we've got this set up, and now we're tentatively going to take a few more millimetres off of it, but we're doing it really carefully because of that tree trunk falling on the house job that I mentioned. Like, righto. So that's on. We've got that tacked on. Everything's level. Try and get you underneath. So you can kind of see how it's going to sit. Bob, your aren't you? I tack it with the MIG. You probably weld it all with the MIG actually, because the rest of the frame is. What I need to look at now is either how all these foot pegs, not full controls, foot pegs and linkages fit together that he's bought me. Again, I don't know how they work. It's kind of like these have turned up, and I'm like not sure. So we've got destructions. Look, so we'll look at the destructions and get everything out of the boxes. And look at the destructions. I will either be trying to fit them that are designed to fit on the standard frame, if you remember, or we're going to make an hybrid kickstart out of this. He wants his foot on, he wants his pedal on his kickstart. So that's that. Right. So, according to the instructions, the brake ones are kind of sketchy but in English, which is good, and the gear change ones are all in foreign. German, I've got French, I've got all sorts. I don't understand either particularly, but the picture is quite clear, so we can work out that both sides utilise the standard peg mount, which is this weird slotty peggy thing, and this one utilises a standard rear brake pivot, which is there. So that kind of goes together like that to form the foot peg mount and then the back brake mount there. And what I need to do is the same sort of thing on the custom frame. So I either need to make, let's see if I can get that off, yeah. Either need to make this pivot and a suitable mounting for it on the standard, on the rigid frame I've made, or I need to cut this shit off and make it pretty enough to live there on the custom frame I've made. Now, I don't like the idea of cutting it off and making do, because it's fugly. I'm really tempted to make new and make some proper mounts for it out of plate, and might even do the same with this shit, like, because it needs to be sturdy, but it also needs to look right. So, you know, I could make a plate that has both of these on, or two separate plates or something for this side, with one of them made new and that bit of tube made new. And on the other side, you can see the back of it, there's just this lug. That's it, that's all you need for that side, like the picture shows, look. That mounts on the frame there, and then your foot peg and gear change come off the same pivot, look. So that's easier-ish, it's easier. So now I need to decide, am I best cut these out and clean them up, or am I best make new? And if I'm making new, then we're going to start making good on the gear change bit as well, because that's something that needs looking at, that's kind of in the manufacturing, engineering, turning and welding department, which is where I found myself now, isn't it? So, yeah. Not sure, Moriarty. Not sure. Okay. Those of you that like lathe work will be pleased to know I've come to the executive decision of remaking these and remaking that, and then fitting them accordingly. So that's where we're at. I'm going to see what's what. Do myself some sketchy drawings I like to work to replicate this tube and these mountings that I've got a thread in. It don't look right, that thread, but that's what they've got, I think. Although it's just a bolt, you know, we could soon change that. It just looks really fine thread. and we'll go from there. Righto, first order of operations is to turn this, the entire length of this down. Where am I? Yeah, to 27. And it don't matter if there's a bit of discrepancy, but we need, oh, no technical drawing, look, we need 2 bits, 27mm diameter, according to the top, look, 18mm long. So we can face off, we can go along 18 or so, down to 27. And then we're going to drill and tap it M12. And then we're going to flip it round and do the same with the other end. So let's get, well, I've already faced off, so we'll touch on there, 0 my DRO, and now we'll take a quick clean up pass, like so, down to 15, sorry 18, to give us something to aim at. So there, just over 18 that is. And now we'll have a quick measure, see how slow it is to stop because the oil's thick, because it's fucking cold. A quick measure with my caliper, and that is showing something you're going to struggle to read. It's showing 27.5 in my book. So we'll set, close call, weren't it? We'll set a digital reader, 27.50, enter, and we'll take it down to 27, which is just there. Come on, a little bit more. And away she goes. So, same again, look. Quick finish pass to take that down to size. We could have done that all in one cut if we'd have established the DRO to the cutting tool. Look, it'd quite happily do that. We'll just munch a bit off, look. Why not? Right. Now we'll just break that edge. And we'll drill it and tap it M12. So as always, we start off with a centre drill. Like so. Come on, baby. Now we've slowed things down a bit. I'm just off camera putting the finishing touches into fitting a 10.2mm drill bit, because that's what we need to drill it out, ready to take the M12 thread. There we go. And a quick chamfer, like so. And now we've slowed things right down while we, there we go, feed the tap in. It should take it, and there it goes, it's feeding itself now. Wait, and it's not, it's slipping on the taper, so we'll just reverse that out, look, like so, and then we'll take it off camera and give it a couple of love taps to see if that helps. And a bit more lube, because that often helps things get where they don't want to go, don't it? You know what I mean? So nice and steady. There we go. It's cutting nicely. We only need, there we go, we need a short length of it, so it's not too crucial. We'll just back that out. There we go. That's one drilled. What we need to do now, sorry, drilled and tapped. What we need to do now is fit our potting off tool, bear with, like so, and change my feed and my speed, and we'll just touch on that edge, get it going, look. We'll touch off there, look, and then we'll come along 18 plus the tool, which is 21. which is there. And then we can start to plunge the parting off tool in. And away she blows, Captain. So we'll get this one parted off. Then we'll repeat everything you've just seen with the other end of this bar. Or stick it out a bit more, like, it doesn't really matter, does it? And go over to the milling machine. Righto, what we've got here is a Rizzler stuck on top of the job, and we are just going to lift the table up until that milling cutter grabs it. I've locked the quill off so the quill can't move. There you go. And we're near as fuck it is to swearing on top of that now. Right? That's about 1,000 if that. So we've just kissed it actually because because we have. So we can zero a knee at that. Excuse me, you can't see me doing any of this obviously, but now we know that we want 3 mil, which is 120 thou up to cut the step. And what I'm going to do the same with the side, but without the Rizzler. So I'm going to go that 120, I guess. Let's have a look. I'm hoping I missed this. That's what I've not taken into account is this V block. And I'm looking at it now thinking, fuck me, I'll clear that. I know I'll clear the back of the vice. Like, let's go 120 and have a look, shall we? Why it's at the side of everything. So we've got 60, 80, 100, 10, 20, 120 thou. And the power of my eyes tell me that I am actually missing that. So I'll lock off the knee at that. Yeah. Start the spindle up again. And I'm going to move it backwards and forwards. Wait, and bump you. Sorry, I'll just move you slightly. Bear with. So I'm going to move it backwards and forwards slightly. In fact, you're not going to see shit there, so let's move it again. Scream if you want to go faster. No, go back to here, look. The light's not great, so it's not back as out. Not really. Anyway, I'm going to wind the job towards the cutter. Look. Until it just touches. And then I know that's there, that, look, it's just touching. So now I know that I want to machine this in and leave 14 mil in the centre. Well, 14 off 27 is 13, which is 6.5 in my book. So we will do that in increments. We're going to move the job that way 6.5 millimetres, which is zero everything off, and we'll go off half a thou, sorry, half a mil, 20 thou cut, and see what occurs. Look, I could probably speed that cutter up a bit, and because we're not going particularly quick, we can do a bit of climb cutting. There's 1 mil. Like that. Then we do it again. Go another mil. So we're taking 40 thou cuts until we've cut 6.5 mil. And you can join me near the end. Okay, auxiliary lighting in place. And we're on to the last cut for this side. And that's taking 6.5 mil off and give us that 4 mil step light. So that's that. Now, what I do from there is switch the fucking thing off for a start off, Ralphy. Yeah, but what I do from there is wazz it round. We'll pop round the back, and I will move you around for this one, so you can see. There she blows. Yeah. And then we just do the same. We're going to bring that across like that. Start it up. We're going to move this across until it just touches, look. Then we're going to zero at that and go across 6.5mm again, just like we did last time. So, come on. Not be far off now. There we go, just kissing that is. Ooh, a bit more than just kissing that is, but that'll do. So, we'll zero a y-axis. We'll go, sorry, zero a z-axis, and then move across like we did before. Right, that's 6mm on this side. So, what my plan is to measure that, and we want it to be 14, don't we? So let me just have a measure. That is, bear with, 14.5, yeah. So another 0.5 in that direction will bring us on to 14. So we'll go 14.5, 15, just a few cockfights over fucking size, undersized, so that's cool. So a little bit of glue and the last cut of the job. Sorted. So that's that one done. Get that off. Get that out to show you, bear with. We'll need a deburr. You get the shit off it as well. And give it a deburr, but that's one down, one to go. Right, we're on with the second part of this. We need the sleeve bit for the back brake pivot to run through, and I'm looking at the site, 20.02. Sorry, 20.2, 25mm outer. Why does that seem like I know what it is? You know, what material have I got that resonates with? And then I realised that frame tubing, 1-inch frame tubing, is absolutely spot on down the bore like. So that's means that we can grab a piece, cut it off in the bandsaw. Oh, actually, let's have a look. How long do we want it? We can grab a piece, face it off. 56.4. Yeah, I don't want that much hanging out. Maybe part it off. And then we're going to have to face it anyway. So, yeah, what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut a piece. 58mm long, whatever. Face it up to length. And that is quick and easy and fucking gleaming. I'm really pleased about that. Off we go then. Shouldn't take very long at all. Okie dokie, so we'll speed that up, bear with. So we will just come in like so, touch on, and we just want a nice clean face, look. Nice clean face, like your mum's been round it with a flannel. Like so. Now break the edge. Do the same inside. And then what I'll do, I'll take it out. Oh, fuck off, I can't do it with one hand. Bear with. Excuse me. Excuse me. Reaching over. Excuse fingers. Pop it back in. And now, got a DLR one, because I'm going to do the same with this end. Until we just get it through, break the edge like before, and take it out and measure it, and then I'll see how much too long it is. Touch on this face once it's back in and move along the distance that I need to and face it off again, and that'll give us just what we fucking need. Happy days. I've worked out I need 0.7 of a millimetre, which is a couple of these, look. Here's one of them. And 0.7's there. That's it. So that should now be as near as fuck it is to swearing. And Bob's your answer. Oh, there you go. That's it, look. That's it in place. Fucking happy days, that is. That is absolutely bob on. So with the ends that we've made, go in there, corresponding holes, if you like, in the slots there. We're ready to start tackling mounting the foot pegs. Now I have spoke to Tone, and by the grace of God we're going to move these back out the fucking way, which is just the only sensible idea. I mean, they don't need to be that short. So yeah, that's happy days. I look forward to getting on with that. I know. So there you go. What a bit of a mixed bag. But it's that and the other. I hope you like the format of the video log, the vlog that I've recently returned to. Yeah. So it's all mixed up. It's just as it comes. I video what I'm doing and chop it together for your enjoyment. Yeah, happy days. So if you like what you see, please, please, please consider giving me a thumbs up and a subscribe. Yeah, you can also become a channel member now, and you can buy me a coffee and merchandise, and check out my friends in the description below. And I will catch you on the next one. I'll see you soon. Lots of love, everyone.